Hi, welcome to Dream with Us. I'm Kate, and I thought I would really like to create a book list of all the books that I read that helped me on this journey. From a young kid who struggled with dyslexia and ADHD to a person who transformed their entire lives by the age of 35 to really dig deep and understand why I was stuck in this loop of self-sabotage. I knew I had all this potential. I had all these dreams, but I didn't know how to pursue them. I didn't know how to make them a reality. I've read so many books over the years that have inspired me and drove me towards my potential. Yet I kept stumbling. And then my feed just kept getting filled up with this one book that everybody was talking about a couple of months ago. And it was called The Mountain Is You by Brianna Wiest. And the subject is all about breaking down self-sabotage. The different types, the different kinds, and we don't even realize it. Because the definition of self-sabotage is an unconscious hurdle that we cause that in the end creates whether a lot of frustration, stress, anxiety, and sometimes in the end we quit and we give up on that dream and we stop pursuing it and we accept that the universe is out to get us. I was in full self-sabotage mode today. And once I took a step back and I started thinking about why was I self-sabotaging? Yesterday, I had an amazing meeting with a publishing company and I pitched them my idea for my book and it went perfectly. And I was so excited. I actually got off the phone and was surprised that I had gotten to this level that I actually believe not only in myself, but in my ability to make this a reality. And I was so excited to tell Joe all about the meeting and I just couldn't wait. And then he came home and he was still in work mode and he was overwhelmed and stressed out about all the things that were going on at work. And I started trying to tell him my story and telling him about the meeting. And I was so excited about it and was looking forward to working with them and, wanted to get his insight of whether or not he thought it was a good idea as well. Instead, he seemed really uninterested. And so my brain went into, whatever, he's busy, he's got his work thing, and I felt a little down, but I fluffed it off. I didn't say anything to him. I was just like, never mind, it's no big deal, whatever. Then this morning came and I overslept. I didn't get myself prepared because I was in my head. I was thinking about, wow, should I do this? Should I not? Should I bring it up to him one more time? Maybe it's silly. Maybe I should give up on this silly dream about writing a book. And so I got frustrated and I, forgot my water bottle. And then I got in my car and the tail from my jacket was hanging down and I could hear a flapping noise in my car as I was driving. And I realized, my car is not broken. It's this. So I had to stop and I was running even more late. And it was one thing after another. And I just was like, nothing goes right. Nothing goes well. But in reality, I wasn't fully present in this moment. I was thinking about whether or not he approved and whether or not he believed in me. And if he doesn't believe in me, then nobody will believe in me. And I placed all that energy back onto him rather than building my self-confidence, addressing my own self-sabotage. And I went back to this book and I started thinking, what am I doing? Why am I believing that I'm not worthy of this dream? Why am I believing that I'm not capable of this hard work? Why can I not commit to doing something that I've been wanting to do for 10 years? Building a dream takes intentional action. It takes steps, little steps, every single day. When I started this idea for this YouTube channel, I was committed to learning how to all the details that I needed to do. And I simply just started by committing 15 minutes a day. I would set a timer on my watch and I'd be like, okay, I'm going to read this article. I'm going to read this book. And if it inspires me to continue to go, at least I've committed 15 minutes each day to it. And when I was pursuing my MFA, that's exactly what I did. I woke up in the morning, I started writing, and I committed to writing every morning for an hour. And I completed my thesis and I completed an entire book of poetry. But I didn't address the self-sabotaging feeling that I wasn't worth the attention, that I believed that I deserved to stay small. See, I struggle with this feeling of worth, whether it's I'm worth investing in or worth acknowledging. And so I give up. I get small, I get quiet, and I shrink back. Have you ever had a dream that nudged you for years and years, but you were scared, you were afraid that you weren't worth it? Have you ever wanted to travel and finally pushed yourself to actually go on that big trip, then it rained, or the tour guide was not so great, or the food wasn't that wonderful, and you focused on the negative, and you focused on all the things that didn't go right, rather than being in the present moment, being aware of your body and how it felt, and able to breathe through it and accept the joy, accept the good in each of those flawed moments. Our biggest challenge, I believe, in pursuing our dreams, pursuing our goals, is accepting that they're a reality. Accepting that you have the ability to do it, to make it happen. Because we like the idea of, oh, I was walking down the street and this person discovered me and thought I was amazing. Or this person watched my one video that I posted and thought I was a sensation and I blew up overnight. There's no such thing as success overnight. It is years and years of dedication and hard work. And if you have a big dream that you want to pursue, you have to take little steps in planning for it to happen. For me, I had done all the work. I was able to create and write. I was able to produce and get good grades throughout my college career. But I never worked on that. I never worked on that insecurity of that I don't deserve a published novel. So when I found this book, each chapter that I read exposed a little layer of that behavior that I was holding on to. Whether it was needing to be approved by my family and loved, that if I did X, Y, and Z, that they would show up excited and overjoyed. If you're constantly waiting for other people to show up for you and you're refusing to show up for yourself, you're going to get disappointed. If you are constantly feeling like you are not good enough or incapable or unworthy, I want you to sit down with this book and read just 2 pages a day or a week. There would be days that I wouldn't pick up the book because I knew it was about to tell me something hard that I was not ready to hear. It took me over a week to pick it back up, knowing that it was on the last chapter. And I recognized that what the book was doing was diving into the details of what self-sabotage looks like and building you through a map of what your life looks like when you are self-sabotaging. But as each chapter went by, I've recognized, oh, it's not going to give me the solution. I'm going to have to figure that out myself. I'm going to have to figure out how to live my life after this. So I know that today, yes, I self-sabotaged. I was a little late to my class. My coat was a little wet from getting stuck in my car door. I forgot my water bottle. And then I decided to call Joe. And I said, you know, you weren't really present for me at that moment. And I felt like when you're not present, that means that you don't care. And he was able to reflect back to me and said, no, that's not at all. I was stuck in my head and I should have put down the phone. I should have addressed it. And I should have reminded you that you are amazing in every way. And that's the work between me and him in our relationship. And I encourage you, if you're in a relationship and you have a partnership, to address those moments of insecurity when you're calm, when you're able to sit back and reflect. And just like I was feeling when I was having that meeting. And as soon as I got off the phone, I stopped and I said, wow, I think I'm actually getting to a point that I believe in this dream, that I'm excited about what the next 5 years is going to look like. And I went into old habits that as soon as one person didn't have the same enthusiasm as me, I decided, that one person is right, I'm wrong. I should give up. I should quit. I should self-sabotage all of my hopes and dreams. But this is a dream of mine, and I hope that you have dreams and goals for your next chapter in life that will push you to your limits, that will make you feel like life is worth living every second of it. And that is the goal. The goal is to live life to the very end till the tires fall off and just love every minute of it. When I talk about being kind to people on the street, it is selfish. It is completely selfish because it's building up your self-confidence. It is reminding you that the world is good and people are kind. And sure, you might have one guy who's going to flip you off at the Costco gas station, which somebody did to me the other day. But 95% of the other people were amazing. And yeah, we need to build our bank or our resistance, our capabilities to the fullest, to the max. The world feels daunting and overwhelming. The news is horrible all the time. But people overall are really good. And if you give them the chance to be good, they'll be even better. And if you can learn how to have strong, confident communication with your partner, you can learn how to do it with your boss, you can learn how to do it with your friends, and you can actually have all of these components of your life to be amazing. Like, wouldn't that be great to feel confident and happy and joyful in every section of your life? Because every section of your life, you showed up authentically, that you addressed the unconscious self-sabotaging things that you've done in your life, that you've held on to those memories. Like when I think of my ability to write a book, my dyslexia and anxiety comes flaring up. If I need to ask somebody to edit my book, and if I put one preposition in the wrong way, if I have my grammar off, I crumble. And in the last year, I have been focused on gratitude and thanks to anybody who wants to make sure that my writing is the best that it possibly can be. Because if somebody is willing to spend a minute critiquing and telling me what is great about what I'm doing and what is not, they're only hoping that I get better. They're not hoping for me to fail. And if I can change that perspective, that thank you, that gratitude of I am pulling in all this gratitude from the people around me and accepting them for who they are. One of the things that they talk about in this book is that everything that you're doing in your life, everything that you're choosing, you are either choosing to work towards or you're choosing to make peace with it. You only have two choices in life. You're either going to do it or you're not. And if you're not, you need to make peace with it. So if you have a dream in your life that you are unwilling to plan for, work for, talk through, and develop a game plan, work on for 6 months or 3 months or a year, you are choosing to make peace with the fact that you're never going to do it. And if that hurts more than the 6 months or a year that it might take to actually put 15 minutes a day into your dream, then I think you should do your dream. I think you should pursue the life that you want. If you are struggling in your relationships because you can't communicate clearly, take 15 minutes a day to share gratitude and love with your partner. Tell them what they're doing right. Tell them what you can improve on and how you want to love them as a better person. And I guarantee you, if you do that 15 minutes a day for the next 3 months, your relationship will get closer, more authentic, and better. If you are scared to get that promotion, work 15 minutes a day on how to develop the language and skills and master what you really want in life. And by the end of that year, you'll have it. You'll have the confidence and the ability and skills to make that happen. And if you don't get that at your own job, you'll have the ability to go and find that other job or create your own business and build your own dreams. So if you're in the middle of reading a self-help book and you are going, they told me I have to drink more water and I have to make sure I get up by 5 a.m. And, if I do X, Y, and Z, then I will make this happen. And if you finish that book and you try doing it for a couple of times a week and then you just can't stick to it, I suggest you pick up this book first, because we need to uncover our subconscious issues with self-sabotage. And then go pick up those books again and start learning how to actually implement all those plans. But the first thing that you need to do is address why you're not doing it today. So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And I really hope that if you read this book, you comment below and you tell us all about what you thought of it. And if you are struggling with self-sabotage or struggling with making that plan in life, pick up this book, start digging deep into it. Don't rush through it. Don't rush through this book. Take your time. Read it with a notebook. Write down some notes that come up in your head of going, yep, I've done that. Yep. I should have done the laundry that day. But instead, I chose not to, just to make tomorrow a little bit harder. So start thinking about how you can plan for the very best chapter of your life. And we're going to do a couple of these. Joe's going to do some of his. I'm going to do some of mine. And, I am just blown away by this book. And I will probably have to read it 3, 4, maybe 5 times. And if you're close to me, I will probably buy it for you if I see any issues popping up for you too. I've already bought it a couple of times for friends. But I suggest maybe not sending it to a friend who you just see as an issue, but they haven't really thought about it yet. It might bug them a little bit. But anyways, don't forget to like and subscribe, and thank you for watching Dream With Us, because we know that if we stay motivated and inspired and learn how to communicate clearly and effectively, we can do anything in life. So plan big, dream big, and live your very best next chapter in life. Until next week.